Hello everyone. What is going on? Did you miss me, guys? I sure hope you did. It's been a while since I've been here. I've actually been in some faraway place, disconnected from reality. I want to say disconnected from technology, but sort of the same thing. So I actually forgot where were we. So we have this button which I think works. Yeah, it does. And I actually forgot if I said that I'm gonna be doing something today. If not, we are simply gonna invent something. This, I, I feel like this is pretty close to being done. Maybe we have stuff like item pickups, which can be done easily, really. And the other thing is, let's see, something else. Ah, yeah, proper death for the player, I think. Yeah, so we died here, and what we might want to do is start like fading the screen and then have a game over button. So let's do that. Okay. So first of all, I think the nice way of us doing it is, since we have the overlay, we can simply have like an overlay element that is like shutting off. It makes no sense. So it's like a rectangle that darkens whenever we die. So when we are dying, it's going to be like a rectangle that is transparent, and then the alpha changes, so it becomes darker and darker, and then it becomes black, and then we have the game over button over here in the middle. And so I think that's what we should have, probably. And so for that, what I'm thinking is we need to create a way in which we can modify things in the overlay from a game object, right? And I'm thinking we could create simply a game object that does that. And it doesn't seem like a bad idea, I'm not gonna lie. So I think that's what I'm gonna be doing, since it's faster, and I want to finish this project already. It's been like 1,000 episodes. I want to start something new, something more exciting than this little game. This little game, I think if you start doing it, like writing this yourself, you will learn quite a few things if you're a beginner. So I think this is where I want to stop, sort of. So I would feel like this or the next episode at most, not sure, would be like the final thing. And then I have to decide on what episode I want to do next, like a series. I was thinking something like Tiny Rogues or like Terraria, or stuff like that. So yeah, we can think about that, and we can actually reuse this engine over there. We will have to change stuff, but we can pretty much reuse quite a few stuff, quite some stuff from here. So yes. Okay, guys. Let's do this, guys. Let's create an object that darkens on the screen. Let's call this screen fade object. Make this a header file. We know the drill, guys. We did this 100 times. Let's open player here.hpp. It's gonna be fun when we start a new project. I'm actually thinking for the next project we might want to do the rendering part from scratch. So I think that's gonna be useful for people that never did it. You will see that it's not that complicated if you're scared of it. When we are using Raylib, we already have that taken care of. Screen fade object. Yeah, it sounds a bit weird, but it's okay. So it doesn't need any of this. It's gonna need like a time, I guess, and a boolean when it's gonna start fading. And so, because Raylib takes care of that, you don't actually have an insight on how it actually works behind the scenes. So I would like to create something from scratch so you guys have an example. I think that would be pretty cool. So this is not an entity, this is game object. And we actually don't care about this, we don't care about that, we don't care about that. It's gonna be black. And let's create a new class. Fade object. I hope you guys missed me, okay? I'm not gonna lie, I hope you do. And don't lie to me, okay? I don't like liars. Except when it's actually needed. Okay, I'm talking bullshit now. I should stop before we get too uncomfortable with each other. Okay, game object. Okay. All good. Are you sure about that? Oh, it wants a starting position also. Well, I mean, we can say the starting position is whatever is in the settings for the width and height. So now actually starting position is 0. I would like to not be interrupted. Okay, thank you. I like how I got a notification telling me if I want to, asking me if I want to turn off notifications. Like, yeah, bruh. 0, I think. Are you done? Starting position. Okay, let's just let it there. So if let's render this. So we have draw rectangle, and we have to specify like the position, which is m position.x and position.y. The width is settings, screen width, settings, screen height, and the color is m color, which we actually removed from it. My mistake, original gangster. Okay, and this color is actually black. I think we can do that. But the A is actually 0, and if we start it to fade, actually not start fade, if we are fading, we are going to increase this alpha delta time. So in a second it's gonna be completely black. We can change how we do it. I think this was actually a function, yeah. We can set like a time, and you know, we could make this more visible depending on the duration we set. We can totally do that. And maybe I'm gonna show you how to do it. It's extremely simple. You can figure it out yourself if you want. So we can use this. Well, actually, let's see. This M color is a color which is an unsigned char. Okay, so this is not exactly what we thought. So I thought this is a it's been a while since I wrote code on this. So I thought A should be from 0 to 1, but it's actually from 0 to 225, 255. So what we're going to be doing is we're actually going to have an intermediary thing here. Well, there are many things you can do, but I'm going to do M alpha, and this alpha by default is 0. Okay, and we're gonna set it every time actually. And if we are fading, this M alpha is gonna be plus by this, and so this is gonna be rounded here anyway. So yeah, that's it. So if this alpha is greater than 1, what we can do is we can change the scene and go into a scene where there are no enemies, and we simply have the game over thing. And I don't know if we should I'm not sure. What is wrong with this? I'm fading. It's just okay. So this is one way to do it, I guess. And what we can do here is say scene manager, which we don't have, and we should create a thing. Okay. Push scene, and we should have like a game over scene. Yeah, sure. Let's do that. Game over scene. Okay. And so if I remember correctly, when this happens, oops, I didn't want to do that. When this happens, when we push back and we hit initialize. And when we pop, and I don't think we actually pop anything, do we? Call destroy. Yeah, I feel like this is a bit incomplete, but for now I think it's okay like that. So what we want to do now is let's see what errors we got. Like that. And obviously you can do this in another way. You can make other effects on the screen once you die. So let's see. Yeah, we probably need to clean this. I'm not entirely sure why this happens, but yeah, weird. Only some projects have this. So we might want to add an effect on the button when we are hovering it. That would be a good idea. Okay, let's go to the player. Let's add the screen fade object. And whenever we die, we say mscene add new screen. Actually, we don't need the fading thing. Right, so if we go here, we don't need this fading like that. and it should be good. Let's see. Let's try to die. We should have subtracted from our health also. So we have an error here because we pushed the thing. Right, we don't have any error handling, and this game over scene doesn't exist yet. So let's not do that, but this rectangle also didn't draw, which is quite weird. Oh wait, haha, yeah. So once we are over 255, then we're gonna do that. But this is gonna take a while actually, so let's make this a bit quicker. And I think it gets darker and darker, but it's way too slow. And as you can see, this actually doesn't get drawn on top of everything. So this is an issue, definitely. Now, one way to do it, we should stop the enemy spawner, and so no new enemies will be spawned. We can add in like a like a sorting, like an order, so all the entities will be sorted. That doesn't sound too bad actually. So obviously this would have been more clean if we had an element to do that. So let's see, should we keep this as a game object or not? Let's go into the game scene, and we see we have no overlays here. Well, no, actually we have this HUD overlay, which I completely forgot about because it's been a while. So let's see this UI overlay. We have HUD, and we can actually do this in here. We don't need a separate object for it. Yes. So let's do that actually. Yeah, that's my shit. So let's create a function here, void add overlay fade screen, and it's gonna have fading equals to true. I forgot we have this overlay. So we have, okay, fading void fade screen. Also, I think we will have an issue because we never destroy the scenes and recreate them. So that's gonna be interesting. We will see how we tackle that. So let's pretty much copy everything from here. We're gonna disband this if fading, oops, and this is not the correct way to do it. I mean, it's okay, but yeah, life is tough. Okay, guys, remember that. So this is actually 0, 0, and this is actually settings, and let's actually remove these two. Okay. And here we're gonna have fade alpha and fade color. Like that. So let's do that. Color M, fade color, float M, fade alpha. And these two will be initialized here. Um, Actually, we don't need that. Like that. And what's gonna happen is we need a way to get this overlay from the scene actually. So I should have thought about that. Let's see. Because in the player now, instead of doing this, we want something like m scene get overlay. You know? So let's add this function. We call this HUD. UI overlay you, and we're gonna say, hey, if this thing exists, which it should, but you never know. Okay, things in games can get weird. Then we're gonna try to cast it into a HUD overlay. So let's UI overlay HUD overlay dynamic cast. We're gonna get away with this, guys, trust me. No, but it's not clean code. Shut the fuck up. Overlay. We are learning here, guys, okay? We need to do things at least once in our lifetime. And then you can change it however you want. So let's go into scene. Nice, okay, I was thinking about that. So let's do that. UI overlay. So we do that. We go in here. I don't know, I feel like sometimes I start to talk a bit quieter. Like I'm getting quiet and I don't like that. I think I might change that in the future, maybe. And I'm not gonna do any. This is like a pocket project. I might show you how to use Git also to store your stuff. Okay, so I guess we should at least have something like find name and so if it's the end, return null pointer, otherwise we just return this. That's it. And if it doesn't work, then well, I'm gonna do something to myself. UI no, yeah, here actually. So let's see. Nice, great, good start. Great stuff. Okay, let's see. Come on, kill me. Come on, goobers. And we should have something darkening in here. But I'm not seeing it. HUD. Game scene. HUD. Odd. Okay, this is pretty good so far. Okay, let's see. Did we call the function? Yeah, we did. This is false, by the way. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, we got something. Okay. Okay, pretty good. Pretty good. So now we should be pretty good to go. This is still 0. But with time, this should be darker and darker. Yeah, I get that. But this didn't really work. This is a bit weird. Yeah, we can do that. Oops. Man, every single episode. Let's restart this. Let's die. Our long forgotten dream. And we should have hit 255 by now. A float. This is pretty good. Uh-oh. Fading is false. So what's this? 255. Huh. I mean, it's not wrong. Oh, it's not drawing this anymore. Okay, but this should have still be visible. Huh. Quite weird, my ladies. What may... Perhaps we have an issue. I don't like this. This function is not even called. Wait. Oh God. What's happening? Oh, we early exited here if there's no player. Yeah, okay. We found the issue, guys. When we are dying, we are setting the player to null, and in here we weren't even rendering if the player is null, which, you know, fair game, but we don't care about that now. So now it should work, and we don't even need a yeah, it's getting darker and darker. Okay, we need it to get darker and darker faster. And you know what? Let's pop the scene actually. Whenever we oops, Freudian. Scene manager, let's pop this scene. and we will run into issues, but we shall see. We might not even need the game over thing. Let's see. We popped it, and now when we are back, all the enemies are still there because we are not cleaning things up. But now at least we can die and we can respawn and all that good stuff. Okay, so we need a couple of things. We will need a game over thing in here. Let's end it here, and I'll do it next time. Peace.